It's time for an ace match between Samsung Khan and Hwaseung. Who will the team send out? The empty chairs indicating the players aren't out yet. They're hiding them behind a curtain to create tension. Who will the teams pick? I know what you're thinking, but could that be it? We'll find out soon as the curtain goes up. The crowd is pumped. Actually, they look kind of sedate, but they are pumped inside. As the curtain's about to go up, here comes the curtain. You can tell it's coming up because the light is flooding out. Who will come out of the curtain? Stork versus Jaedong. Booyah.
Hey party people, it's Nuke McNukerson. This is the ace match between Samsung Khan and Hwaseung Oz that was played last night. This is a very, very recent game. And this is the ace that everyone wanted. Everyone in the audience and everyone at home watching on YouTube. This is the ace you wanted. Stork versus Jaedong. Two veteran players who do have a storied history together. And I believe I didn't see their stats before the game, but I'm pretty sure they do have a tied-up win percentage against each other. About 50-50 now, after the last OSL semi between the two. But here we go. Except, down at the 8 o'clock position in yellow is Stork. That means over at the 3 o'clock position in purple is Jaedong. And this is being played on Central Plains, which is the one with the Shinhan Bank logo right in the middle of it. And yes, I got a few requests for this one last night and this morning, I think. Some people sending me private messages and throwing comments all over the place like, Nuke, you should do this. You should do this game. And who am I to turn down a Jaedong versus Stork game? Let alone a Jaedong versus Stork ace game. I mean, how can this not be awesome? But yes, Jaedong is uncharacteristically scouting in the wrong direction. Stork! Interesting, he is going for a gateway first inside of his main, deciding not to do the Forge Fast expand. I'd say that this is a kind of Protoss-favored map, just because it's easier to hold 3 bases right out of the gate. So Stork going to try to capitalize on this. I think he's going to go down to the other natural expansion, try to take that and hold his ramp to his main with some zealots or something. And Stork hasn't been doing that great in Pro League. He's my favorite player and everything, but he hasn't been doing that great. I think between him and Jangbi and Great, ironically, they haven't been doing very great. I think they have about, I think I read somewhere 4 wins, like 14 losses, something ridiculous. Their young guns, Samsung Khan's young guns, are the ones that are getting the wins for them right now, like Turn. But there is the 12 hatch coming down for Jaedong. Whoa, Stork just put a pylon right near the natural expansion. This is, I have no idea what he's doing. He obviously didn't build his forge first, so I don't see how he's going to be able to get a cannon back there. Plus, he didn't build it very close to that hatchery. So what is Stork up to? This is shenanigans. But he already has his first gateway up, so he can get zealots going. Whatever he has planned, a gateway from Stork and another gateway. He's throwing down 3 gates. Oh, going all in with this one, basically. If Jaedong doesn't scout this, it's going to be very bad days for him. Although, I mean, even if he does scout it, Stork might be able to get a few drone kills. Oh, he scouted it! Jaedong does get the scout of 4 gateways now from Stork, and Jaedong smartly pulling all of his drones off the line to get rid of this. And also smartly going for the gateway instead of the pylon, because if he did try to snipe the pylon, of course it would take a smaller amount of time, but Stork would just throw more pylons all over the place and keep those gateways powered. But a first zealot on the way, and there might be a zealot that might pop out of those 3 gateways that are right by the natural expansion. And in the meantime, Jaedong's not getting a lot of mining done. But he does have that second base. He's going to be able to pump a lot of Zerglings soon. Getting rid of that one gateway before a single zealot pops out. But hopefully Jaedong is pumping some Zerglings. He's going to need them against the zealots that are on the way now. 2 zealots. First Stork coming out. He has one from his gateways at the front. He lost 1 gateway, but he still has 2 zealots there. Oh, the zealots surviving. There's a reason that Protoss units cost a lot of money. It's because they're very, very powerful. And Jaedong still hasn't focused down these gateways, so Stork is continuing to pump zealots from them, getting a lot of kills on the drones and the Zerglings at the front, but it looks like Jaedong is going to be able to handle this now, yeah. He has the amount of Zerglings he needs to handle this, I think. Stork getting surrounded, losing all of his zealots at the front, but he's managed to take down quite a few drones, and in the meantime, Jaedong hasn't been mining that much, so believe it or not, I think this has actually been worth it for Stork to put down all those gateways at the front. Of course, he's going to have to follow this up with something very smart. He has to have a very good follow-up to this kind of build to make use of it, to make use of all those drone kills that he got earlier. Trying to sneak into the base with that zealot, I think that was more of a diversion than anything else. He wants to divert the attention away from his main because he basically has nothing to defend himself except a single gateway, as Stork expanded at the same time to that second natural expansion on the low ground. Jaedong going to try to break through, get by these zealots, but Stork trying to get the surround. Oh, there's a nice surround, though, of that one Zergling. But 2 Zerglings get through. That shouldn't be too much to... that shouldn't cause too much damage to Stork, unless he loses his concentration down here. But I can't see Stork doing that. He has some of the best probe control in the game. Alright, Stork did expand, so he's going to be able to keep up soon, and he snuck a Zealot into the main where there's no Zerglings in here at all, so he might be able to get more drone kills. Already got 1 more. But Jaedong is in there getting the full scout, and he did bring some Zerglings into his main to take care of that Zealot. So he's going to be able to take care of that Zealot before it kills too many more drones. Jaedong, what are you doing? The Zerglings being trapped on the choke because of all the drones that were in there. Managing to take down 1 more probe before it dies horribly. Stork coming out with 3 more Zealots out of nowhere. I don't know where he's getting all the money for this, but he's going to have 3 more Zealots in as Jaedong is desperately trying to drone back up. So Stork going to keep on the pressure as he's macroing up. So interesting opening, but a pretty effective opening from Stork as long as he doesn't lose everything at the front and get broken through his choke. That's going to be the deciding factor, I think, if Jaedong manages to break through the choke now that he's putting down his Hydralisk Den, trying to morph a sunken colony at his natural expansion, but these Zealots are killing it. Oh, come on. Jaedong, pump more Zerglings than that. He's not going to be able to handle this without a lot of Zerglings. It looks like he's finally pumping some more Zerglings from the main, from his natural expansion. But Stork is streaming in Zealots, so I don't know. Jaedong, he needs to put down a sunken colony, but he needs something to deal with the Corsairs soon enough. But alright, it looks like he is fending off these Zealots for now. He's going to get rid of these last 2 at the front. There is one kind of trying to sneak away. Hidden Zealot. Oh, Stork, very smart. Wedging himself between the minerals there to keep that Zealot safe. And trying to kill as many Zerglings as he can before he techs into something else. I don't see any more Zealots streaming down the map, so he is teching straight into Corsairs. Now, the big question is he going to be able to defend against a Hydra assault at his front door? And right now, I'd say probably not, since he was only pumping Zealots. Even if he goes for Dragoons or something, a cannon for Stork right by his main choke, so he is ready, getting ready for that Hydra break at the front, which, man, he's kind of just reading Jaedong like a book. As he's taking down an Overlord with that first Corsair, things are not looking good for Jaedong, I have to say, because he's going to be stretched pretty thin trying to defend all of his Overlords and get his economy back up and running, because Stork, he did a lot of damage to that economy of Jaedong, taking down a bunch of drones. But I see the second Corsair streaking down the map, and once the 2 Corsairs come in, I mean, Jaedong's going to have to make a choice, whether he wants to defend or attack. Stork right now attacking might be able to break this front, but kind of unlikely because He does have that cannon at the front. He can always put down more, but now he is going for the attack at the front instead of defending. He's going for the attack. Fighting back, there's only zealots right now, so if he can take down the zealots, give him an easier time of taking down the cannons as well. Stork pulling off his probes off the line, and he was throwing down more cannons. So I think he's going to be able to defend this just fine, because I don't see any reinforcements on the way for Jaedong, because he's been forced to kind of spend all of his resources probably on overlords now, since he isn't defending his overlords. Jaedong is not defending his overlord. GG from Jaedong, knowing all of his overlords had gone down. Ah, that was brilliant from Stork. Very risky, but and kind of silly, but brilliant nonetheless. And I'm surprised that Jaedong wasn't able to deal with that. I guess he was kind of surprised at how many gateways the Stork put down. He saw the proxy, of course, so he's probably thinking, well, these are probably the only gateways he has. Wrong! Stream of zealots going in from a 4-gate opening. This isn't StarCraft 2, Stork. That was a very good game. Thank you for the recommendations, guys. Oh, this has been Nuke. I will see you guys soon for another commentary.